Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tearing into a truly wild Maricopa County civil case. We're talking about neighbors, HOA bylaws, and literal drywall cover-ups. If you live in a condo or an HOA, you probably think those thick, dusty rulebooks are just about, what color you're allowed to paint your front door or where you can park your car. But oh boy, as we're going to see today, they have some serious legal teeth. So let's dive right in. We are looking at a renovation gone completely off the rails, a vanishing contractor, and a bizarre legal dispute that actually ended with a judge forcing homeowners to smash down their own freshly installed drywall. It's a crazy ride.
Okay, we've got to start with this fascinating legal question sitting right at the center of this whole condo renovation disaster. Can you actually sue your neighbor for breach of contract if you never signed a contract with them? Most of us would just assume the answer is a hard no, right? Like, if you didn't sit down and sign a piece of paper with the guy living next door, there's no contract. Well, as we dig into the court's findings here, we're going to find out that the answer is way more complicated and honestly way more binding than you'd ever expect. Now, just to be totally clear up front, this isn't your standard neighborhood gossip or some petty squabble over a property line. These official Maricopa County Superior Court documents prove this was a very real, very high-stakes legal battle. Presided over by Judge Scott A. Blaney, this case had multiple parties, serious legal representation, and formal judicial rulings. We're talking about a heavy-duty civil lawsuit that dragged on for well over a year, eating up the court's time and, for sure, burning through a massive amount of money in legal fees.
So, the whole mess went down at a two-story complex called Orchard House Condominiums. The setup here is actually beautifully simple, even if the legal stuff gets crazy. Up top, you have the plaintiffs, Michal and Jennifer Reilly, who own the upstairs unit. Down below, you have the defendants, Sieker and Katie Rogers, who own the downstairs unit directly underneath the Reillys. The spark that lit the powder keg? The downstairs neighbors, Sieker and Rogers, decided to do some renovations. But the Reillys upstairs alleged that these renovations were so botched they were literally threatening the structural integrity of their own unit. Just imagine sitting on your couch and legitimately worrying the floor is going to cave in because of whatever the guys downstairs are doing with a sledgehammer.
When the downstairs neighbors tried to get the whole breach of contract thing thrown out, basically arguing, hey, we never signed anything with the folks upstairs, Judge Blaney didn't buy it. He looked straight at the Orchard House condominium bylaws, specifically Article V, Section 4. It explicitly states that every owner has to promptly perform maintenance and is responsible for any damages their failure to do so might cause. The judge ruled that deed restrictions in a planned community are actually a binding contract. And it's not just a contract between the owner and the HOA. It literally ties every single homeowner directly to one another. Because the court hammered home that those bylaws form a real contract between the neighbors, a whole new level of legal obligation crashes into the picture. See, the law recognizes something called an implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing in literally every single contract. Basically, it means you have to act honestly. You can't just go out of your way to sabotage the other person's rights under the agreement. So the court ruled the upstairs neighbors could totally sue the downstairs folks for breaching this implied covenant. It just rips the lid off this hidden web of legal obligations that bind neighbors together, whether they even realize it or not.
Now, adding a wild layer of complexity and, honestly, a huge dose of irony is the contractor. The downstairs folks had hired Jackson Builders of Arizona LLC to actually do the work. But the second the lawsuit dropped, Jackson Builders completely ghosted. They just vanished, didn't show up to court at all. So the court slammed them with an initial default judgment in September 2023 and then made it final after a virtual hearing in April 2024. With the contractor totally out of the picture, the homeowners were just left stranded in the ring, forced to face off entirely against each other.
So, the million-dollar question is, what happens next, right? With the allegedly shoddy construction hidden behind the walls, the court obviously needed to see exactly what had been done. This triggers the discovery phase, which is when everyone shares their evidence. The downstairs defendants did hire a replacement contractor to fix things, but the HOA and the court absolutely needed an expert to inspect the structural framing before it was all closed up. Which brings us to a super critical question. What happens when you try to hide the evidence of a bad renovation right under the court's nose?
Well, this perfectly illustrates what I like to call the drywall cover-up. Everyone came to a formal agreement for a Rule 34 discovery inspection on January 25th, 2024. An expert for the HOA was supposed to walk in, measure the new beams, check the wood posts, and inspect all the structural connectors. Sounds simple, right? But when the expert actually showed up on that agreed-upon date, what did they find? The downstairs defendants had gone ahead and put up brand new drywall, completely sealing over the exact areas that were supposed to be inspected. Talk about blatant. They just completely violated a stipulated court rule. As you can probably guess,
Judges absolutely do not take kindly to people playing games with discovery. Judge Blaney was not having it and handed down a remarkably harsh set of remedies. First off, the defendants had to provide 3 new possible inspection dates. Second, and this is the real kicker here, they were ordered to tear down that fresh drywall out of their own pockets just so the inspection could finally happen. They had to expose 5 specific structural locations. And third, they had to reimburse the HOA for the entire cost of sending that expert out on the wasted January trip. The message was crystal clear. You do not play hide and seek with the court's evidence.
But instead of just taking their lumps and following the rules, the downstairs defendants decided to grab a shovel and dig a much deeper hole. Rather than tearing down the drywall within the 30-day window the judge gave them, they waited over a month and then filed a motion for reconsideration. They essentially told the judge, hey, can we get a third review of the facts here? Even worse, they unilaterally slapped their own conditions on how they'd comply and actually tried to argue that the HOA should foot the bill for the drywall removal. This is directly defying the judge's super unambiguous order that they pay for it themselves. Just wild.
Well, Judge Blaney's patience officially evaporated. In his May 9th ruling, he completely shut down their motion and was incredibly direct about their behavior. He formally ruled that they had unreasonably expanded these proceedings and violated this court's March 12, 2024 order. Let me tell you, in the legal world, having a judge explicitly write down that you are unreasonably dragging out a case and violating discovery orders, that is pretty much as bad as it gets before the handcuffs come out.
The consequences for all those stalling tactics hit the defendants exactly where it hurts, right in the wallet. Because they forced the HOA to waste time and money fighting a totally frivolous motion, the court awarded the HOA all of its reasonable attorney's fees and costs caused by the delay. Boom! A formal judgment entered in August 2024 permanently cemented that massive financial penalty. Trying to save a few bucks by arguing over who tears down the drywall ended up costing them astronomically more in legal fees.
And just to make absolutely certain this stalling stopped, the judge paired that financial hit with a brutal ultimatum. He ordered them to fully comply with the original drywall removal and inspection order by June 13, 2024. But he didn't stop there. He dropped a massive threat, explicitly stating that failure to comply would likely result in further sanctions up to and including a finding of contempt of court. This is a judge telling them, in no uncertain terms, the games are over, do it now or else.
This explainer really leaves us with a stark, real-world reminder of what happens when you defy court orders, play games in discovery, and ignore the legally binding nature of your homeowner documents. Your bylaws? Yeah, they aren't just polite suggestions. They are ironclad contracts binding you to the people living right on the other side of your walls. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to chew on. Next time you pick up a sledgehammer to renovate, remember that your CC&Rs are watching. Are you prepared for the hidden contracts binding you to your neighbors? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.